What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about disappointing products / products I regret buying. And I'm not going to go into the whole spiel and apology of just because I don't like something doesn't mean you won't like it. I mean, I think it should be pretty obvious by now. I will not cater to the easily offended, okay? Get over it. I spend a lot of money on makeup. Like, the way I look at it is I spend money so that you don't have to. Like, I try all these things so that I can weed out all the bad and come to you with the good. But I also want to tell you about the bad too. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys my brutally honest reviews, as I always do, of products that just didn't work out for me. The first one I have is one that came highly recommended by a YouTuber that I watch. And what's funny, I'm not gonna name drop, but what's funny is that this is someone that everything they say they like, when I try it, I don't like it. Exhibit 54. So this is the Honeybee Gardens eyeliner in the shade Jet Set. So it's just a black eyeliner. You can actually find this on Amazon. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like 10 bucks or so. So it's drugstore priced. I was told, not personally, just in a video, that this was one of the most long-wearing, smooth, creamy eyeliners on the market. Like, this was an amazing, affordable eyeliner. It's not all bad. So this is a really soft, coal black. Like, this isn't something that is super jet black, like super, super intense. So if you're someone that you feel like a really rich jet black just kind of washes you out, or it's just too intense and too harsh for your features, then you might like this shade of black because it is very, very soft. So personally, I prefer a more rich, intense jet black. It's very, very creamy. It's almost like a kohl eyeliner, so it smudges out extremely well. I also feel like it's better off to not be blended. I feel like whenever I take a brush to it, it just shears out and becomes very patchy, and I've lost all my color. But here's my biggest problem with this, like the problem that I just can't get over, and that is that it doesn't last for anything. It smudges, it smears, it puddles in my inner and outer corners. Like, the longevity sucks on it. So next up is the ColourPop Level Up Mascara. So I actually saw this from someone on TikTok. She was a girl that had huge lashes. Like, everyone in the comments was asking her, you know, what mascara do you use? Can you show us your technique? Do a tutorial, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I feel like a lot of these girls that have these really big, sought after lashes that everyone in the comments is asking for a tutorial of, I personally think it looks a little spidery. But I mean, I did go out and buy the mascara, so yeah, I guess that's me. But for me, this was a goopy, gross mess. I've never experienced a mascara to this degree of stickiness. This is so sticky to the point where the wand won't pull through the lashes from root to tip. In turn, it creates super clumpy lashes. Like, they clump towards the base. They won't separate whatsoever. And the tips of my lashes look like actual spider legs, like little skinny spider legs that are just like going in 15 different directions. But also, it just weighs my lashes down. So that's one of the reasons why I want to make sure that I showcase that I'm actually curling my lashes beforehand, because within no time, my lashes are just bloop. To me, this is one of the worst mascaras I've tried in a very long time. Like, I never want to use this again. So this next one is one that might ruffle some feathers, because I feel like this has very quickly gathered a cult following, and that is the Benefit Fan Fest mascara. Okay, listen, just hear me out. Here's the thing, it's not horrible, okay? Like, this is not a bad mascara by any means. I've seen it do wonders. Like, I've seen people applying it in real time, and it's beautiful. So it will work for a lot of people. My problem is that I feel like it didn't meet the expectations that I feel like people online set for me. I'm not someone that typically spends $28, almost $30 for a mascara. Oh my God, I can't believe I paid 30 bucks for this. But when I do pay a high price tag, I'm expecting mind-blowing. I'm expecting different than anything else I've ever tried. Like, it's gotta be like blowing all the drugstore mascaras out of the water different, you know? And to me, it just doesn't blow my mind. I feel like the drugstore does just as well, if not better, most of the time. But what I will say is that as the day progresses, I feel like this just kind of weighs on my eyes. Like, it actually makes my eyes feel, I want to say, almost itchy. Like, not my eye itself, like just my lashes. Like, it's one of those that throughout the day I just want to like scratch at my eyelashes and just take it off. Like, it's an uncomfortable feeling mascara for me anyway. And I don't know what made me realize it, but last night I had the epiphany that it is just like almost identical to a mascara that I've had in my collection for years now. Basically, what I'm trying to say is stay tuned for a drugstore dupe video coming soon. Next up is the Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palette. So I had went through a phase where I just really wanted to get my hands on Danessa Myricks. I came across this on Mercari one day for a freaking still. And I was like, you know what? Let's try. Like, this could be a good little introduction to the brand. I feel like a lot of Danessa Myricks products are very universal to where you can use them on your face, your eyes, your lips. Like, you can use them for a multitude of purposes. Yeah, I tried these in the B-roll on my cheeks and also on my lips. The blend is awful. It just sticks down wherever you first lay your brush. Like, it just does not want to spread out and disperse. It is so thick and heavy, but at the same time, a couple of them, like these over here, like the orange shades, they're sheer. And to me, they all feel like you're applying like an old school lipstick to your face, or even like a lip gloss, like a really sticky, thick lip gloss. So I don't even know if I actually ended up applying this really light peach shade in the B-roll, because I've used it before. Like, that's the one that I've used the most, or that I've attempted the most, and it is so ugly of a color. These two pinky tone shades down here, this really bright fuchsia and then this more toned down plummy like mauve shade, they are more pigmented, but they still have that really sticky, just that sticky heavy feeling to them, and then also they're that weird greasy finish. None of these, in my opinion, play well if you have a lot of texture. So I feel like we all know by now my skin is very textured, it's very acneic, and this just enhances it in the most unflattering way possible. This next one is one that I actually am pretty salty about, because this is one of my favorite products ever. Like, I've raved about this so many times over the years. I put this in underrated makeup videos, the best of the drugstore videos. Like, I should have been making commission off this product. And how does the brand thank me? What do they do in return? They changed the formula. This is the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Sheer Envy Loose Powder. You can find this at Walmart. I've always preached about how amazing this is as a loose setting powder. Like, this is one that will improve the wear of literally every foundation, every concealer. It makes everything last so much longer. It still has that really finely milled aspect to it, to where it almost feels like nothingness, but it does have more of a talkiness to it that I didn't feel before. Like, before, it just felt like straight up, I don't know, what's something that's really soft? Like silk? I don't know. It was not heavy. It was so thin and lightweight on the skin, and it set the makeup in the most beautiful, flawless, airbrush way. And now I feel like it mattifies too much, and it kind of makes my skin look more thick and heavy and kind of suffocated. But also, like, it's weird because it's translucent, but I feel like this one kind of darkens my face. But my biggest problem, like the biggest difference that I see, is that they put glitter in it. They put freaking glitter in it. You can see it on your skin. But yeah, I don't enjoy this anymore, and I no longer recommend the Chilling Wonder Powder. So yeah, pretty depressed about it. So this next product is one that's not necessarily a fail in terms of performance, because it's an amazing product and I do love it and I will still recommend it, but it's kind of more of a warning, like something to watch out for. The Flower Beauty Perfect Pout Moisturizing Lipstick. I have loved this for such a long time. Like, this is such a juicy, glossy lipstick. Like, it is truly one of the most beautiful high-end lipstick formulas on the drugstore side, I feel like. But my problem with it is that in any amount of heat, it melted, and it melted like a lot. It's on the lid, it ran down the side, it was very messy. So a few days ago, I decided to get on CVS and order another one, same shade, Buttercup, love it, so pretty. Sure enough, it came melted too. Like, it's in the tip of the lid here, and you can see, look at this, like, it's all gross and weird. I'm sure there's some kind of trick I can do to remold it, like a cool air shot from the blow dryer or something. I'm not sure, but I feel like it's rolled up too high for one. I can't roll it down anymore. Like, that's the way it is. It touches the tip of the lid, and then when it melts, it's just a disaster. So I'm not saying I don't recommend this. I'm just going to say that I don't recommend traveling with this, or like putting it in your purse, and especially if it's hot. Like, don't travel with this if it's hot. So this next one is one that I don't have on me anymore, so I don't have a B-roll of me applying it or anything, which I wish I had done before I sent it back. That is the Vanicream SPF. I got it on Amazon. It was under 15 bucks, I believe. I had very high hopes for this. Like, I think this had a pretty high rating on Amazon too. So I believe it's zinc based, or it's some kind of mineral base. I don't know. But when I tell you, this was so greasy.
Oh my God, that's greasy.
It was a pretty strong white cast, and I did have to work with it quite a bit. And especially if you're doing the 2 fingertips technique, where you apply 2 fingertips worth of sunscreen, like that took a very long time to blend in. But I mean, once it was blended out, like, it did turn translucent and it did adjust my skin tone and stuff, but I was left with such a greasy, oily looking finish, and it just felt heavy on my skin. It did not wear well under makeup. It was very heavy, very thick. I felt like my makeup had a hard time blending out and stuff. So if you're looking for a mineral sunscreen, I'm sorry, Vanity Cream, but this is not it. We're gonna rag on hard candy some more because I'm pretty pissed off and I have a vengeance with the Chilling Wonder Powder. So let's talk about another hard candy product. This is the Body Luminizer. There's no glow whatsoever from the oil itself. It does sink in pretty well to the skin, but I was at Nashville in bars, okay? So it's dark, very dimly lit, and I would look down and I would see glitter all over my arm, like not even just a speck here and there where it kind of looked like, oh, it glistens a little bit. No, it was glitter and shimmer all over my arm, like all over my hairs and stuff. It was very off-putting. And I'm not 6 years old, okay? Like I don't want to sparkle, I want to gleam. This next product is one that I don't have on me, and I'm also too lazy to look it up because I'm in a bad mood. But I'm pretty sure it's called the Milani Supercharged Bronzer Stick, or it's like cream bronzer in a stick form. This is shit. I don't think I've ever tried a bronzer this sheer, like to the point where it doesn't show up. I also remember it being kind of orangey too, which not my vibe. Okay, the next thing is Stick It. I get that people love this. I get that this is something that is super hyped up and highly recommended, but I do not get it. Maybe it's a sensory thing for me because I feel like there's a lot of brow products that people will just rave about that I'll try them and it'll just make my eyes and just my entire upper half of my face feel very tight, very dry. Like I don't like to feel a brow gel in. Like if I feel it, it's out. The CosRX pimple patches were highly disappointing. Let me tell you, as someone that has dealt with very severe persistent acne over the last 2.5 years, and I've gone through a lot of pimple patches. These do nothing for me. I cannot tell you the last time I've used one of these and woken up the next day with actual stuff on the patch. It does not do anything unless that pimple is completely to a head. And by that point, you might as well grab a couple of Q-tips and be done with it. And I'm not gonna sit there and look at it for a week before it comes to a head, okay? Like I'm not doing it. I wanna know what your all's thoughts are in the comments below. What are some products that you've tried recently that just, maybe they're super highly recommended, they're hyped up, they're viral, whatever it may be, and you just don't get it. So if you like videos like this, if you find them helpful, and if you wanna see more, then make sure you give this a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and turn the notification bell on to always see my stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.